Hello, and today we will be talking about Punnett squares. What are Punnett squares? A Punnett square is a chart that predicts possible genetic outcomes, combines the parents' alleles, shows all possible offspring genotypes, and calculates the chance of each trait being inherited. In order to understand Punnett squares, let's solve some questions. Suppose that there are two alleles that control hairline shape in humans, one for a straight hairline and one for a widow's peak. People who have the widow's peak allele always have a widow's peak even if they also carry the allele for a straight hairline. Is the widow's peak allele dominant or recessive? Pause the video and see if you can solve it. The widow's peak allele is dominant because people who carry both alleles will only express the widow's peak allele. This means that the widow's peak allele is able to mask the presence of the straight hair allele. In humans, the allele for free earlobes is dominant, while the allele for attached earlobes is recessive. Write an appropriate letter representation for both of these alleles. Again, pause and see if you can solve it. The dominant free earlobe allele should be written with a capital letter such as capital E. The recessive attached earlobe allele should be written with the lowercase form of the same letter such as the lowercase e. Suppose that in mice, gray fur is dominant to white fur. A mouse breeder is going to mate a white-furred female mouse with a heterozygous gray-furred male mouse. What are the genotypes of each mouse? The female mouse has a lowercase f genotype, while the male mouse has an uppercase f genotype. Any letters work for the genotype as long as the capitalization is correct. Suppose the same breeder from question 3 has two other female mice. The genotype of the first female is capital F, and the genotype of the second one is capital F, lowercase f. What are their phenotypes for fur color? Pause and see if you can solve it. Both mice will have the gray fur phenotype because they each have at least one gray fur allele, which is the dominant allele. Suppose that in humans, curly hair is dominant to straight hair. What are the odds that a man and a woman who both have curly hair, capital H or lowercase h, will produce a child with straight hair? Pause and see if you can solve it. There is a 25% chance that this couple will have a child with straight hair. Suppose that in humans, blue eyes are recessive and brown eyes are dominant. If a blue-eyed woman were to marry a homozygous brown-eyed man, what would be the phenotypic ratio of their offspring? The phenotypic ratio of the offspring is 1:0, brown-eyed to blue-eyed children. And if you notice in the chart, this Punnett square chart, it has a lowercase c and a lowercase e, then an uppercase c and uppercase e. So what they did is they will first do this part and they will put in the capital E. And then same thing over here, right? And then they're just gonna put in the lowercase e. And then we can see that in all of them is the capital E, then lowercase e, capital E, lowercase e, capital E, lowercase e, capital E, and lowercase e. In fruit flies, straight wings are dominant to wrinkled wings. A pair of fruit flies mates to produce offspring, and about 50% of them have wrinkled wings, whereas the rest have straight wings. What are the phenotypes of this parental breeding pair? Pause and see if you can solve it. One individual of the breeding pair has wrinkled wings and the other individual has straight wings. Again, if we notice, they kind of flipped it this time and they did capital F, lowercase f, and then these both are lowercase f. So they put in the uppercase f and then they put in the lowercase f. Then we just put it through, and we can notice that these both have the capital F and the lowercase f, while these only have the lowercase f. Thank you, and please let me know if you have any questions.